Today on my channel, Planner Friends, we are going to talk about creating habit tracking that actually hopefully will work, as opposed to my previous habit tracking, which is adorable and cute, but I never kept up with. So let's start the new year off right and do the things. Hello Planner Friends, and welcome to my channel. I'm One Crafty Dolo, and today what I want to work on is setting up some really good habit tracking for the new year. I was intermittent with my habit tracking, to be honest with you. I track my reading and I was pretty good with my budget, but habits, I'm going to show you some of the sheets that I created last year for my planner. And basically I used stencils, and I just wrote and I added in some stickers, and these are just a few, but they work and then they don't work. You can see here I didn't check things off. Here I didn't either, although I know I did them. Yeah, and it kind of seemed well, let's try this again without the qualifiers. By not following through, even if I know I did it, there is something to be said about seeing the check marked off, if you know what I mean. Following through, it's a visual as much as it is practical, if you will. Now, one of the things that I've done with this planner, this is a Carpe Diem personal size planner. This is my life in a book. I have many planners, but don't really plan in most of them. I use two things for planning. This one, and then for work, I've got this one, this little adorable, my first Filofax, right? This has been working so well. I can't believe how much I love this. And maybe later in the month, I'll do a flip through of how I've been using it with work. But it's so handy. Throw it into my tote bag and I can go. One of the reasons I like this size is the same thing. I can go. But this isn't really planning my projects for work or anything I'm doing. What this is about is, I don't know, happiness, creating, and just tracking things, my days. Now I did create something to put in here, which I will get in there at the time of this filming. I have to cut it out. I created a little graphic to go in here, kind of with my, you know how people do the word of the year, you know, one little word, that whole thing. And I've done it many times. I actually wrote an article on it. I'll stick that below. And this year I have a phrase that I'm actually going with instead. That seems more complete. But I had ordered these printouts. I didn't print them myself, from Peanuts Planner Co. I'll drop her link in below too. And what I thought I could do with this, at first I had all these ideas, goals and this and that. But the more I looked at it, I'm not using this for work. I have the other little planner, but something like this I can definitely use for habit tracking. And I think, whereas this is isolated, this was 1 week, and sometimes I over predicted or over scheduled what actually happened. This to me seems a little more realistic. So I'm going to pop these pages out and then I'm going to show you how I want to set them up. Okay, so we have this, which is the calendar here, and then this fold out, and then on the back is wonderful. It's all graph paper, and you can create columns. You can use a stencil. I really love her product so much. That's what I'm using in my work planner in my Filofax pocket. And then on this side, you've got these with, again, the calendar, little space for notes, but it's not every day. So what I thought I could do with this is I have different deadlines for writing. So I was going to use this for that. I have it right now housed here. Let me show you. I made a list. Where is it? There it is. Of due dates for projects that I want to submit, but it's tucked away, right? And this will be right front and center, and it's got the whole year, which I really love. So what am I writing and how am I writing? I've got some different projects going on. I have now my Medium page that I write on, and sometimes I write about being, living with a chronic illness, mostly the upside of it, but sometimes I do talk about the frustration and so forth. Then I've started a new writing project. My LinkedIn has it for children's writing. So I'm working on another project that's not part of the blog that I created. But yeah, it's a fun project, and it's something I've wanted to do for more than a decade, and I'm finally getting to it. So this, I wanted to be on one side, articles I'm submitting, and on this side could be goals with the blog, right? Then for this, I thought, on the one hand, I hate the fact that we have to schedule self-care, okay? It just seems like there's a disconnect that you have to schedule time to take care of yourself. But I'm going to be honest with you, okay? I see this. I am a historian of women, particularly. That's one of my big fields. And pretty much, mostly women, but not always, we tend to put ourselves second, third, fourth, fifth, because somebody always needs something, right? And we're blessed in that. We're blessed that our families love us and they need us. But, things that we would benefit from sometimes go to the end of the pile, if that makes sense. So what I'm going to do is start with this. And I was thinking, how could I decorate it? What could I do? And what I'm going to do is every single month, I have my Simply Gilded subscription here. And I try to use all the stickers, but I don't always. So my goal with this is to basically use some of these, especially those at the top, these little checklists. I think, well, they're a little big for that. I could cut them down, or I was thinking even using these or these little bows down here to kind of mark off an important goal for each month. The other thought I had was to add a little bit of stamping instead for the goal, which I could do too. So I'm debating still as I film this. And finally, a third option is, with the exception of this, no, this is Dollar Tree. These are Dollar Tree. With the exception of this one, these are Dollar Tree. Well, this one is Recollection. So the rest of them are Dollar Tree, right? I have all these decorative brads. And so these two are from Michaels. The rest are Dollar Tree. And they've been sitting there. I use them intermittently, but I want to get rid of them, to use them, in a good way. So I was thinking I could even use those to kind of draw my attention to it a little bit. And honestly, this is the way I'm leaning, is towards these. I love my stickers, and I will use them in my journaling planner. I love my stamping, but I don't know. I use the stamping mostly in my faith and my Bible studies, in my faith planners. So no to that. So why don't we think about these? And given the space here, I'm certainly not going to use these. I could, I guess, but no. I was thinking originally of these, but even these look a little large unless I have one main goal for each, or these are nice and small. So I think we may go with these. Okay, so, and I can use small ones from these as well. Do you go to Dollar Tree and purchase your crafts there? I'm curious. Because what happens is, here's how they get you. You go in and you're like, oh, it's so cute. Let me grab them. And then you're like, let me grab those. And before you know it, your Dollar Tree, well, now it's like a $1.25 tree, right? Turns into, $10, $15, which in the big scheme of things is not that much, but it's enough, right? So why don't we start here? This will be my articles for deadlines. And, I'm going to put that there. And this is for my blog, okay, for the children's writings. And for next month, for February, let's do some pink, right, as in Valentine's Day. Actually, these are a little larger than those, but that's okay. They still work. Let me move this over if I can get it. Ooh, come on. Yeah, these are a little bigger than the first ones, but that's okay too. Okay. And then for March, Do I have green as in St. Patrick's Day? I do. I actually do. So why not make this a little fancy and fun, right? Okay. So I would love to know, aside from my little rant about my spending at Dollar Tree, which I haven't gone in a while except for work things, I would love to know what you do in terms of habit tracking, if you track them, if it's impossible to track them, if you need a better system like I needed a better system, right? There we go, cute. And I think I'm going to use this purple for April because of Easter. Whoops, what color is that? Pink went rogue. So I'll put that there. I'll put this one here. I think I'm just going to go through May for now. I don't think I want to go too much further than I mean, I could do the whole thing, but I don't know all the deadlines and so forth beyond the winter. So what can we do for May? Oh, here we go. We have this kind of, I don't know what you would call this color. It's not orange, but it's not yellow. Yeah, that works nicely, doesn't it? Okay, so I've got those set up. Now, what I need to do is to pull this out so I can write things down, or at least look at it while I'm writing. Okay, so here, let's see, the big one, I have a one on the power of positive thinking, and that's February 28th. So this is the power of positive thinking, 2/28. Okay. Let's see here. Then I have for March, what is the, let me see here. Okay, it's March 1st through 15th. I'm trying to remember what the theme for that one was. I know it's Christ-centered. Okay, and that's 3/1 to 3/15. January came and went. There was one for January 1st, which I missed, which is okay, right? But what I do is I try to, just focus in on either or. So these are articles, and this is the children's writing. So now for January, how many posts are, these are little poems, little stories. They're just my own little fun writings. Let's see here. How many blog posts? So this is where the calendar comes in, right? So we have 31 days in January. If we were to half that, why don't we go for 16 posts? Right? And I want to introduce my story. So I have little posts about characters and so forth, but I have a longer little kid story that I've been working on that I intend to put on the blog, maybe in more than one part. That's good. And then for February, is it leap year? No, it's not. We're not in an even year. I should know that. I think we'll do then 14 posts. So every other day, basically. And sometimes it doesn't work that way. I do 2 in one day or so forth, but and then I want to finish the first story. Okay, and then we come into March, and by March, I have a longer project that I would hope is ready to go. So I'm just going to put long project. That gives me time to finish it. And then I'm going to continue. Given that I'm finishing that up, I think if I can put up 10 blog posts, that's plenty. Okay. So I like how I did this. I think this is really well done in terms of I can see it right away. I do want to add a little flair to this because, you know, what's life without a little flair? So I'm going to just write up here. I could use stickers or something, but no. Okay, my blog spot is named Writing from My Nook. Isn't that cute? So yeah, there we go. So that's right front and center in my planner, and I think this is a wonderful way to use these pages. What I might do, I'm not going to do this today, I don't want a long video, but I might flesh out a little bit more and chunk this down by the month. So for example, this Power of Positive Thinking, I have it in the writing section in my planner. I may transfer who I'm submitting it to, what my article is going to be about, and then I can do the same for the blogs. I kind of plan them out a little bit, but I like this at a glance. Isn't that a good idea? And then secondly, habit tracking. Okay, so truthfully, we may use some of these in this. I mean, I don't know. I want to do check marks and all too. Basically, what I need to track, okay, let's see here. I need to think about this in terms of a whole month, which is also why I love these sheets. And then I can change it every month, right? So one of the first things that I do, I'm going to keep reading out of this since I have the book tracker. I can link the video down below about how I created my reading tracker. But what I want to do is really sit down here and think, what helps me, for lack of a better word, reboot, right? So I know everybody talks about exercise, exercise, exercise. I'm not exercising. This isn't about my weight whatsoever. I don't own a scale. My weight is fine, whatever. But this is about flexibility. So what I'm trying to do, it's not easy, let me tell you, is yoga. And what I'd like to do is, I'm working on 2 times a week. I haven't done my second this week, but I'm going to put here 2x a week. Okay, now spa treatments. I don't go to a spa. I don't have the time. I don't have the money. I don't want to, even if I had money, I'm not going to go and spend a fortune. If you do, you do you. But I do different treatments at home that really, I find the process of doing it, in addition to the results, relaxing. And I've really been remiss, particularly in December and November. So I've got to get back on that track. And again, I think, I want to say only 2 times a week, but really, no, let's leave it there. Let's make it realistic. Okay. Then I have facials that I do. And what do I mean by a facial? A facial mask, an easy peel. So that I want to do 2 times a week. So really, if I'm doing 2, 4, 6, that covers basically a week. So in a week, how can I get these done, right? And then finally, hair. And what that means is my hair is, I have a lot of hair, but it's very fine. So I have to deep condition it a lot. So honestly, that's 3 times a week. That's the only way to keep it from frizzing, okay? And what I'm gonna do is just try to, mark that off as I go along. I really want to put something decorative on here, so I'm trying to think of what and how. So I'm going to come back to these, and you know what? Why not? I don't have to use all of them, certainly, but let's add a little bit of fun to this. If I make it creative, I tend to stick with it much better. So let's just put a few little stickers here. This is from Simply Gilded's Winter Beagle collection. Oh my gosh, have you ever? Look at this. These are so cute. So why don't I add in a little beagle? Okay. Okay, let's add him down here. So cute. And is there anything else I want to add? Maybe one more little sticker. Oh, you know what? We could do this little reminder here. And the reminder is to myself, basically. So if you skip, or if you miss, just pick it back up. Okay, and I may actually, you know what I could do too is highlight these. Let's see here, I have these other really soft highlighters. Oops. Let's see how I can do this, because if I color code them, that's actually a good way to do this, so then I can dot the calendar even if I want. I'm just gonna put yoga here. I don't want to smear the pen, right? Spa day. Let's try a light blue. Spa treatment, I should say. I call it spa day at home. Put a spa treatment right there. Okay. Let's do a light green for the facials. Okay. Yeah, I kind of like this actually. Huh. I'm hopeful that I can maintain it and keep it creative. Kind of need to do that this year. Like I said, because when I don't take care of myself in these ways, good Lord, do I feel it. Okay, so there we go. So every month, I'm not going to do a video on this every month, fear not. But I am going to show you when I'm maybe working in that planner, decorating it or something. I'll keep you up on my progress and whether or not this system is working for me. Hopefully it does, right? Hopefully this works better. I really love this especially because, and I'll have to get that set up, but this is going to be good too. I think I can finally, hopefully, track these habits and you know, keep myself on track this year. That's been a little bit tough. Wait, I put this here. Okay. I'm not sure how I'm going to use that, although you know what I could do? I could even take this and put a dot, color code it, like to the day of what I've done. That's not a bad idea. So I might play with that, but this is definitely going to help. And then next time I'm decorating or whenever, I'll show you what I've done with the back of this. So that's it, friends. Habit tracking. Let's make a point of taking care of ourselves this year because Lord knows we deserve it. Okay, planner friends, thanks for indulging me and being here. I appreciate you so much. Have a blessed day. Bye.